Once again, a very good afternoon to everyone, as we're here, as you know, for the post-position draw for the 1,000 and 2,000 guineas. The 1,000 guineas for the fillies will be run Saturday, June 1st. Of course, the 2,000 for the colt Sunday, June the 2nd. Both of them have a total purse of 3.75 million. Welcome to the 2024 Triple Crown season at Caymanas Park. The road to the Triple Crown was a scintillating series of races that showed up the potential of this year's prime three-year-old crop. Here's a quick recap of the 2024 road to the Triple Crown. The winners: the Hotline Stakes, Banadura; the Sir Howard Stakes, Allegiance; the Thornbird Stakes, Banadura again; the Prince Consort Stakes, Interesting Times Ahead; the Portmore was won by Run Julie Run; the Kingston, once again, by Interesting Times Ahead. And now we look forward to the 50th running of the first leg of the Triple Crown, the Jamaica 1,000 and 2,000 guineas, a momentous weekend days ahead. On the head table, we have with us Mr. Christopher Wills, VP Operations; Denzel Miller, Racing Secretary. Field analysis will be given by our racing analyst, Mr. Michael Kane. Post-position draw: Denzel Miller, Racing Secretary, will take part, along with O'Neill Ward, GR.I Operations Steward. And of course, actually doing the draw will be our own Sharika Lowe from Tote. And of course, we have our technician, Mr. Coyote Fuller. Without further ado, it's time to go over now to Mr. Christopher Wills.
Thanks, Brian. Good afternoon and a warm Caymanas welcome to the post-position draw for the 50th running of the Jamaica 1,000 and 2,000 guineas. Let me especially acknowledge Mr. Brian Rickman OD, Mr. Denzel Miller, Racing Secretary, GRC Steward O'Neill Ward, SVRL Analyst Michael Kane, Draw Operator Sharika Lowe, Coyote Fuller, SVRL Technician, specially invited guests, our online audience, members of the media. Thank you all for joining us today. It's finally here. The highly anticipated Jamaica 1,000 and 2,000 guineas mark the commencement of the 2024 Triple Crown Series, as they are the first classic pair of races in the Triple Crown Series here in Jamaica. This year is also extra special, as it's the 50th running of this pair of premier racing calendar staples. These Grade 1 events, mic check. These Grade 1 events, the Jamaica 1,000 guineas, Grade 1 for fillies, and the Jamaica 2,000 guineas, Grade 1 for colts and geldings, command a purse of $3.75 million each. In 2022, we commenced the dedication of the Guineas Weekend to the celebration of industry stalwart, Mr. Howard Hamilton, CD. This year will be no different. Mr. Hamilton has dedicated over 60 years of service to the horse racing industry and has been involved in every aspect of the sport. He is a former champion owner, a noted breeder, part of the ham stables, of course. He served as a chairman of the previous promoting company, CTL, on two separate occasions. One as the racing columnist of the Jamaica Gleaner, as president of the Owners Association, and now sits as the current head of TOBA, Thoroughbred Owners and Breeders Association of Jamaica. He is also a published author. Join us this weekend as we celebrate this industry stalwart. In addition to the 1,000 and 2,000 guineas and the distinctly Irish trophy, 4 exciting trophy races have been added to the weekend lineup in honor of Mr. Hamilton. On June 1st, the Marlene My Love Trophy, native bred three-year-old maiden fillies going a distance of 5.5 furlongs. The Moselle Trophy, Mr. Hamilton's first winner, 4-year-olds, non-winners of 2, going 9 furlongs 25 yards. On Sunday, June the 2nd, the Howard Hamilton Cup, which is native bred 3-year-olds, maidens, 9 furlongs, 25 yards. The Musical Maestro Trophy, an overnight allowance race, going 5 furlongs straight. Now, before we delve deeper into the Guineas weekend, congratulations are in order for our recent trophy winners and their connections. Congratulations to Get a Pepsi, winner of the Labor Day Trophy on May 23rd, jockey Paul Francis, owner J. Banks Clark, and A. Otti, trainer Errol Burke. Congratulations also to Ability, who rode away with the I'm Satisfied Trophy on May the 25th. Ridden by jockey Tevin Foster, owned and trained by Fitzgerald Richards, groom Delroy Llewellyn. Well done to you all. Our punters are not to be left out of the winning, as Caymanas Park's millionaire trade is still going strong. On May 18, 2 Twilight Six winners won $2.4 million each, with wagers below $1,000. On the 20th of May, a $3,200 PX6 wager at Parks yielded a payout of $1.1 million. On the 27th, a skillful simulcast enthusiast nabbed the NY6 wager at Belmont Park, walking away with a whopping $2.3 million. Caymanas Park to date has made 45 millionaires. Could you or will you be the next? To our live and simulcast players, you have more winning opportunities coming your way. Mark your calendars for the following upcoming payouts. On Thursday, May 30, at Charlestown, we'll be paying out the CT6. On June the 2nd, Caymanas Park, you can mark your calendars, your racing books, and your weights for the Catch 9. On that same day, the 2nd of June, a little later in the afternoon, the MR6, we have a mandatory payout. Sunday the 23rd, at Caymanas Park, we will have a mandatory payout of the Reggae 6. This year, Caymanas Park celebrates its 65th anniversary, and in a major step aimed at elevating the product after decades of relying on hand timing for our races, we are very excited to introduce our latest innovation this Saturday during the 1,000 Guineas. Punters and all racing stakeholders will now enjoy live graphics and timing during all races with the new implemented GMAX digital timing system. The new digital timing system will use a combination of accurate satellite positioning and radio network to provide accurate real-time data for our spectators at the tracks. In the OTBs and those watching via simulcast to enjoy. What's even more exciting is the fact that the data that will be collected by the system will be used by our racing specialists to give greater insight into the horse performance and welfare, and it will help to attract a wider audience to racing. We are very proud of this system, and we look forward to seeing you here on Saturday as we roll it out. Finally, we'd like to share the standings of our Q2 quarterly championships. We're closing out on the second quarter very fast. Here are the standings as at May 28th. Owners, most races won, Mr. Carlton Watson with 8 wins. Trainers, most wins over 35 horses, Mr. Jason DaCosta, 19 wins. Trainers, most wins 16 to 35 horses, Mr. Ryan Darby, 7 wins. Trainers, most wins 9 to 15 horses, Oral Hayden and Gary Griffiths. It's a dead heat at this present moment. Fitzgerald, sorry, I mean it's 4 persons. So it's Oral Hayden, Gary Griffiths, Fitzgerald Richards, and Bernard Barrington. 4 wins each. Barrington Bernard. I'm sorry. Sorry, Barry. Trainers, most wins, less than 9 horses. Errol Burke, 3 wins each. Trainers, most wins, most starts, less, over 35 horses. Jason DaCosta, 68 starts. Trainers, most starts, 16 to 35 horses. A dead heat between Stephen Todd, Patrick Lynch, having 40 starts each. Trainers, most starts, 9 to 15 horses. Gary Griffiths with 35 starts. Trainers, most starts, less than 9 horses. Mr. Lawrence Fremantle is in a dead heat with Cash Birth Kalawan Singh, both having 17 starts each. Jockeys, most wins, male, Tevin Foster with 25 wins. Jockeys, most wins, female, Abigail Abel with 2 wins. Grooms, most wins, Garth having 15 wins. Thank you very much for listening. Over to you, Denzel.
Thank you very much, Chris. The Jamaican Triple Crown, a very special series of races, and of course for racing fans and horsemen just yearn to participate or witness the Triple Crown races anywhere in the world. And this is no different here in Jamaica. The Triple Crown was adopted from England when Jamaica was a colony. Numerous English thoroughbred owners invested in shipping their bloodstock to be bred here in Jamaica and raised on a farm by the name of Pepper Estates in St. Elizabeth and numerous other farms around the island. Some progeny was exported back to England while some remained in Jamaica to compete. In Jamaica, the series in its current form is confined to native bred 3-year-olds and consists of 4 races. The first 2 races in the Triple Crown, the Jamaica 1,000 guineas for fillies and the Jamaica 2,000 guineas for colts, both over 8 furlongs, while the second leg of the jewel is the Jamaica St. Leger over 10 furlongs, and the final and most coveted jewel, the Jamaica Derby, over 12 furlongs. The first running of the Derby was in 1921, and believe it or not, only 4 horses participated, and the distance was 10 furlongs. Was won by a horse by the name of Buck Dancer. Slander won the Jamaica Guineas over 8.5 furlongs, beating 9 other rivals in the same year for owners Macmillan and Jackson. The Triple Crown series, however, commenced in 1924 with the introduction of the Jamaica St. Leger, and immediately Jamaicans celebrated the first Triple Crown winner in a horse by the name of Montclair. He was owned by Dolphy and trained by Mouchette. The series was contested at Nusswood Park in Kingston from its inception in 1924 all the way to 1958, and at Caymanas Park in St. Catherine from 1959 to present. The format was then adjusted to mirror the English series with the introduction of the Jamaica 1,000 guineas over 8 furlongs in the mid-1970s. This immediately breathed new life into the coveted series by separating the top filly and colt and provided a possible showdown when both horses meet in the Jamaica Derby back then, and ultimately the final leg of the Triple Crown, the Jamaica St. Leger, for quite a number of years. The Jamaica Derby was run over 10 furlongs from 1921 to 1930, and was then increased to 12 furlongs in 1931. The Jamaica Guineas was contested over 8.5 furlongs. It was then increased to 9 furlongs in 1959 and then reduced to 8 furlongs in the mid-1970s. The Jamaica St. Leger has also had changes to the distance on 4 occasions. It was run over 14 furlongs, 1924 to 66, 10 furlongs, 67 to 70, 14 furlongs from 70 to 1990, and then reduced to 10 furlongs from 1991 to present. The weight allotment has remained basically the same, with colts and geldings carrying 126, fillies carrying 121 when they compete together. However, in the 1,000 guineas, the fillies will carry 126 pounds. There have been 2 dead heats recorded in the Jamaica Derby. Cloister and Ferula, 1934. Pinocchio and Fastnet were inseparable in 44. Numerous close finishes have been recorded in both the Guineas and the Jamaica St. Leger, but never a dead heat. 18 thoroughbreds, 4 fillies, 14 colts and geldings have been able to overcome the rigors of the campaign and become winners of the Triple Crown. Knutsford Park, Montclair, Saraban, By Jove, Money Moon, filly, George Metaxa, Mark Twain. At Caymanas Park, 1981 was our year when Royal Dad, became the first winner of the Triple Crown at Caymanas Park. 87, Monday Morning. 88, Lucy Poo. The Immortal, the Viceroy. Milligram, the Ultimate War Zone. I'm Satisfied. And then Simple Magic was the first filly to do that here at Caymanas Park, and quickly was followed up by Al Safra in 2008. Mark my word, she's a manita. Everybody knows her. And of course, the last Triple Crown winner we've had at Caymanas Park so far in 2019 was Supreme Soul. I now take this opportunity to hand you back over to Brian, where he will take you.
And he'll hand over to Michael Kane immediately, as he will have a look at the field, first of all, of the 1,000 guineas. Over to Michael Kane.
Thank you, Brian. All protocols observed. Let's get right to it. The 50th running of the Jamaica 1,000 guineas. The first entry, Run Julie Run, Owen K. Prasad and H. Pratt. Trained Ian Prasad and Ray Lewis, the champion jockey, will be aboard. Run Julie Run so far has had 2 career wins with over 3.76 million in earnings, and recently won the Portmore, a Grade 2 event, impressively in 133.2 for 7.5 furlongs. Was third in the Thornbird Stakes, a Grade 2 event, over 7 furlongs, beaten behind Banadura. Run Julie Run was second in the Jamaica 206 last season, beaten by the Colt. Interesting times ahead. And was third in the Mr. Sensational, over 7 furlongs, second in the Hovercraft, over 6 furlongs. Next entry is Banadura, own Miledazan CD, trained Jason Acosta. Josue Osorio will be aboard. And so far, Banadura has 3 career wins, which makes her the winningest filly in the 1,000 guineas. And she has earned 2.4 million in purse earnings. She won the Thornbird Stakes, a Grade 2 event, over 7 furlongs in 129.1. And she won the Hotline Stakes, over 6 furlongs in 115.3. And was second in the Princess Popstar, over 5.5 furlongs. And she won the BJLC Toba Juvenile Dash, over 3 furlongs straight in 36.3. Next entry, Fast and Furious Links, own Ian Lodge, and we see Mr. Ian Lodge in the audience, and his trainer, Barnard Bernard, also in the audience. Paul Country Francis will be aboard. Fast and Furious Links has 1 career win with earnings of over 2,054,000, was second in the recent Portmore, beaten by Run Julie Run. Third in Jamaica 2 Stakes last season, over 8 furlongs, and was second in the Mr. Sensational, over 7 furlongs. Next entry is Blue Sensation, owned PJK Team. Trained Peter Dunn Prasad. Only Mullins will be aboard, 1.895 million in purse earnings so far. And Blue Sensation has 1 career win and was third in the recent Portmore and won a maiden event over 7.5 furlongs in 137.1. Come Home to Me is next, owned by Elizabeth DaCosta, trained by her son, champion trainer Jace DaCosta. Leading rider Tevin Foster will be aboard. And Come Home to Me has earned 1.869 million in purse. 1 career win so far. Fourth in the recent Portmore, over 7.5 furlongs, was second in the Thornbird Stakes behind stablemate Banadura, and finished fourth in a restricted allowance, over 5.5 furlongs. Third in the Hotline Stakes. Rosetta is next, own champion under Carlton Watson, trained champion trained Jason DaCosta. Robert Haldane is slated to ride. Rosetta so far, 1.621 million in purse earnings, 1 career win, and she has several runner-up placings. Was first in a maiden spectator event over 6 furlongs in 116 flat. Crypto Girl is next, own headback racing, trained Donovan Plummer. Shamar Miro, more popular known as Paparazzi, will be aboard. And Crypto Girl was second in a recent restricted allowance over 5.5 furlongs, second in the Hotline Stakes. Buttercup is next, own Naya, trained Hall of Fame trainer Richard Azan. Apprentice Shane Richardson has been appointed to ride. And Buttercup has won once, earnings of 867,000 plus. Fourth in the Jamaica 2-year stakes last season. That was at a mile. Won the Abu Ghraib Memorial over 7 furlongs in 131.1. And was fourth in the BGLC Toba Hero Sprint over 5 furlongs round. Next entry is Battle Angel, owned by Gary Pear, trained Anthony Nunes, Radish Roman. He'll be in the saddle. And Battle Angel has 1 career win so far. That came via a Stewards inquiry and disqualification of first past the post. And Battle Angel got the race. That was over 5.5 furlongs. Next entry is Amar, owned PJK team, trained Ian Passard. Jerome Innes will be aboard. 1 win so far in her career, and she was third in the recent Monday Morning Trophy and won the I Love February over 7 furlongs at 128.1. Midnight Flight is next, Ode D. Falconer and K. Roberts, Donovan Plummer the trainer. And this Midnight Flight has won once, third in a restricted allowance, recently over 5.5 furlongs, beaten by some useful horses. And the final entry is Shiny Star, owned by A. Barrett and N. Richards, trained by Lawrence Humantle. We see Lawrence Humantle in the audience, and Philip Partridge will be aboard. Shiny Star, fourth in the recent Thornbird Stakes over 7 furlongs, and won the Hard Jagai over 6.5 furlongs in 1:22 and a fifth of a second. 12 entries declared to go postwards for the Jamaica 1,000 guineas.
Okay, Michael, we now move into the draw. Sharika, you're needed by the draw machine. 50th running of the Jamaica 1,000 guineas, purse 3.75 million. 8 furlongs. The track record 134-3, set by Wanting and Having. Owner Argyle Investment Limited. Antonio Baker was in the saddle, conditioned by none other than Philip Fiani OD. The stakes record 137, set by Atomica. Oak Ridge Farms owner Dane Dawkins did the honors, while Gary Sabrati conditioned her to victory. So we now have 12 fillies in the lineup as we wait on Sharika to load the 12 balls into the machine. And of course, she is assisted by our technician, Mr. Coyote Fuller. So 1 to 12 will be placed at the top of the machine. So here we go. The post position draw for the 1,000 guineas, and Aswanda, would you like to come up and select the first runner from the bowl? And the first horse from the bowl is Battle Angel. Battle Angel will break from gate number 5. Mr. Ian Lodge, invite you to come forward and select the next 2 fillies from the bowl. You can open it and let us know who it is. Crypto Girl. No, one more. Gonna do 2. Crypto Crypto Girl, post position number 10.
Empress Links.
So Ian says he's waiting 20 years to win this race. Buttercup. Buttercup will break from gate number.
You don't have nothing in this.
Buttercup, gate number 8.
You don't have nothing in this.
Miss Kibisha Little,
Come,
representing
come.
Baron of Patrick Lynch. Kibisha is also a trainer here in Jamaica. Very hard working, very busy on a race day. Kibisha has selected Banadura. You're going to select one more, Kibi. Banadura, gate number 12. Midnight Flight.
Midnight flight to Georgia.
Next selection from the machine.
How much?
Gate number 6 goes to Midnight Flight. Mr. Gary Crawford.
The love of God. Lawrence Fremantle.
Gary is the son of a legend here at Caymanas Park, Mr. Fitzgerald Crawford. Equally a legend. Amma. Gary selects Amma. And gate number 2 goes to Amma. One more, Gary. Rosetta. Rosetta will break from gate number
10, 11.
Rosetta, gate number 11. Mr. Lawrence Fremantle. Lawrence saddles Shani Star.
The love of God.
And Lawrence also has a very long and rich history here at Caymanas Park. Run, Julie, run. Gate number 7. And he selected Shani Star. Gate number 9 goes to Shani Star. Mr. Barry Bernard.
Fast and Furious Links.
Barry selects, let's see. Blue Sensation. Gate number 4. One more selection, Barry.
Yeah, man, him have a senior man. Him have a senior man, Fast and Furious Links.
And he's selected his own horse, Fast and Furious Links.
Who this?
Gate number 1. Mr. Roddy Hardiel. Come on up and make the easiest selection of them all. One more name in the ball.
Go them. Come home to me.
Come home to me.
Number 3.
Gate number 3.
It has to be.
Brian.
So just a recap of the draw. Drawn at 1, Fast and Furious Links. Amma drawn at 2. Come home to me at 3. Blue Sensation at 4. Battle Angel 5. Midnight Flight 6. Run Julie Run 7. Buttercup at 8. Shiny Star at 9. Crypto Girl at 10. Rosetta 11. And finally Banadura at 12. So that's the draw for the 1,000 guineas. So it's now time to move on to the Colts and Geldings, the 2,000 guineas. And we move on to Mr. Michael Kane once again.
Thank you very much, Brian. And let's hit the ground running with the 2,000 guineas. First entry, interesting times ahead. Owned Elizabeth Acosta, trained by her son, champion trainer Acosta. Tevin Foster, the leading rider, will be aboard. And so far, interesting times ahead, has earned over 5.42 million with 4 career wins. And he's the winningest horse in the lineup for the 2,000 guineas. Champion 2 of last season, 2023. He recently won the Kingston, a grade 2 event over 7.5 furlongs in 133 and a fifth of a second. He won the Prince Consort Stakes on his seasonal debut over 7 furlongs in 128.3. and he won the Jamaica 2 Stakes, a Grade 1 event, over 8 furlongs with 139 and 2/5 of a second. Next entry is Allegiance, owned yard stable, trained Anthony Nunes. Ray and Lucy champion jockey will be aboard. Allegiance has 2 career wins so far, inclusive of the Sir Howard Stakes, over 6 furlongs with 116.1, and he won a maiden condition race over 7 furlongs with 1 minute 30 seconds flat. California Crown is next, owned champion owner Carlton Watson, trained champion trainer Jason Costa. Robert Haldane will be aboard. And California Crown has won twice from 2 career starts and recently won the Monday Morning Trophy over 7 furlongs in 128 and a fifth, and was first in a maiden condition race over 5.5 furlongs on debut in 109 and 3/5 of a second. So he'll be the only undefeated runner to compete in the 2000 Guineas. Next entry is Crown Chaser, owned Shava Maharaj, trained by Anthony Baba Nunes. Radish Roman will be aboard. And Crown Chaser has 1 career win with earnings of over 1.16 billion. Was third in the recent Kingston over 7.5 furlongs. Was second in the Prince Consort Stakes, beaten by Interesting Times Ahead on both occasions, and was a winner of a maiden specialty event over 6.5 furlongs in 121.3. King Pie's next, owned Ix Bahorn, trained Anthony Nunes. Philip Partridge is going to be aboard. 1 win so far in his career, which came at 2 turns, 9 furlongs and 25 yards in the JEVA Trophy. And that was in 2 minutes, 2 1/5 of a second. Third in the maiden condition race over 7.5 furlongs. Third in the maiden condition race over 7.5 furlongs twice. And was second in the maiden special rate over 6.5 furlongs. Jay Speed is next. Owned Darrell Vaz. Trained Patrick Lynch. Omar Walker, the 6-time champion jockey, will be aboard. And Jay Speed has 1 career win, which came on debut over 7.5 furlongs with 137.4. Second in the Sir Howard Stakes over 6 furlongs. Beaten by Allegiance, and was third in the Prince Consort Stakes, behind Interesting Times Ahead and Crown Chaser. Playfair's next, owned A. Behorn, D. Miller, A. Nunes, and Sagai Maharaj, trained by Anthony Baba Nunes. Matthew Bent will be aboard. And Playfair has 1 career win, which came over 4 furlongs straight in 48.2. Recently was third in a restricted allowance to over 5.5 furlongs. Provident is next, owned champion owner Carlton Watson, trained by champion trainer Jason Costa. Ozuhe Ozoria will be aboard. And Provident has raced twice, was a winner on debut. That was around the bend. And he was 4th in the Kingston. Chased Interesting Times Ahead at the top of the lane. So he ran well, first time at the highest level of competition. King's Crown completes the lineup. Owned Black Brothers, trained Stephen Todd. Paul Francis slated to ride. And King's Crown has won twice, 1 on debut, and he recently won among nuns of 2 in upset fashion at 12-1, ridden by Tevin Foster. And that was a restricted allowance 2 over 5.5 furlongs. Stopped the clock at 107.4, and that made the win on debut, came at 5 round at 103 and 4/5 of a second. 9 entries for the Jamaica 2000 Guineas 2024.
Thank you, Mike. Before we go on, some more Triple Crown facts. Dual Hall of Fame inductee Kenny Mattis, trained and tightened the girth on Royal, died in 1981. The first Triple Crown winner here at Caymanas Park for owners Leslie Ho and Ferdinand Swaby. Hall of Fame trainer Philip Fiani OD, conditioned 5 Triple Crown winners: Lucci Poo, the Viceroy, Milligram, I'm Satisfied, Simply Magic. Milton McDonald is the only person to groom 2 Triple Crown winners at Caymanas Park, the Viceroy and I'm Satisfied, while Hall of Famer Winston Griffiths OD rode 5 Triple Crown winners: Royal Dad, Lucci Poo, Milligram, I'm Satisfied, and Simply Magic. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2000 Guineas, 9 participants. The track record, of course, is 134-3. Stakes record was set by the Grey Cadula back in 1990, I think it was. And that was 136-3. Owner was Ranch Royal Stables. Emilio Bimbo Rodriguez was in the saddle for trainer Kenny Mattis OD. Now we're on to the draw. First up, we're going to ask our own Jean Ann Senior if she's up to coming up and selecting the first ball or the first name for this, the 50th Jamaica 2000 Guineas. Just one. Playfair. Gate number 7 goes to Playfair. Aswanda. Ladies first in this game. And Aswanda has selected Provident. Gate number 4, Kibisha. Crown Chaser. Gate number 8, Crown Chaser. Miss Mishka Smith, welcome back to Caymanas Park. I know you never left, but you still offer support to our staff through the HR department of head office. Very much so. So Mishka has selected King Pie. Gate number 2, Gary Crawford. Gary selects King's Crown. Gate number 5, Lawrence. Jay Spieth. Gate number 3, Barry Bernard. California Crown. Gate number 9, Roddy Hardial. 2 more names in the bowl. Roddy has to select one. Interesting times ahead.
The winner.
Gate number 6.
The winner.
Well, the last one goes to Mr. Ian Lodge.
I wonder who it could be.
He said he's waited 30 years for this. Or is it 20? Well, welcome, Ian. Allegiance. Gate number 1. Brian?
So once again, recapping it. Drawn at 1, Allegiance. King Pie from 2. Jay Spieth will come from 3. Provident 4. King's Crown 5. Interesting times ahead. Possibly the anti-post favorite at 6. Playfair 7. Crown Chaser 8. California Crown at 9. And I think that brings the curtain down on today's post-position draw for the first classics of the season. Thank you all for taking time out to be here live, and those of you watching us on the stream, thank you for also taking time to watch what is going to be a very interesting weekend with the 1,000 and 2,000 guineas, the best 3-year-olds that we are producing at the moment. Thank you for all coming out here this afternoon, and we hope that you will all, if you can't be here, join us on the website and have a look at the entire race card. And please put some money in your piggy banks. It's always fun to have a gamble on the horse that's running. The more you put, the merrier. Thank you all for coming.